So I have shared a dashboard, a health analytics dashboard, and you can see it. There are some icons there that you might ask yourself, how have they gotten there? So if you're talking about maybe something like this, so this is our first page called Global Superstore Analysis. For the sake of maybe just ensuring that maybe what you are working on looks a little bit beautiful, you may want to add maybe a certain icon here, yeah, on what you have. So, for example, we are talking about maybe global superstore analysis, and because of that, you want to give it a global aspect. You want to have maybe an icon of the world, yeah, because we are talking about something that is global, a globe, ile globe, yeah, the world, right? And sometimes um, where do you find even maybe the icons to maybe include the ones you're talking about, for example, that one for a global icon? You might even want to go to a place like where do you have icons, by the way? If somebody has ever used icons, where do you always generate your icons?
They are available through Google, but you go to the images section
Yeah.
and you download them from there.
If the image section of this one, yeah, but in most cases,
Just search world globe, something of hectare. Then go to
the globe, global, the world, the globe, world globe, world globe, world globe image, or even maybe world globe icon. So maybe you could be looking at something like this. Yeah, but the best place to always find all those things, there is Pinterest, I always use this one called flat icon. Somebody will want to pronounce it as flat icon, but flat icon. You see, there's a place called flat icon. So in flat icon, you'll be finding various icons that you may want. If you want something like, because we're talking about sales, you want sales icons, right? You just search it there, and then it will show you these 145,644 different sales icons. So you, depending on what you want, you may want to choose the one that aligns with your interest, right? But now I'm looking at global icon, globe icon, world. Okay, let me just write something like this. I don't know whether that makes sense to flat icon, but it should. So I'm seeing 42. So if, let me look at even the colors that I had for my, so you can see those colors. So I can come and pick maybe which one do you think makes sense? Maybe this icon, or maybe this one. Yeah, but it's upon you to choose what you want. So you just click on download. Do you want to download it as SVG or PNG? As PNG is more of like an image. Let me try. Now that one will require me to pay. So I'll just download it as this one, PNG. So free download. If you want premium download, you'll have to pay something. Yeah. So you can see down here it's downloading. What's wrong with my mouse? Yeah, so once I've downloaded it, I can just come to my BI and now insert. So under insert, I can go to image. and click on image, and then I have it under downloads. There is this one, Earth. So I click and open. So you can see where it is, and I want to reduce its size this way so that I bring it and fit it somewhere here. So now we are talking about global superstar analysis. Now this one can be representing what you call your globe that we're talking about. If you want it, maybe I can create more space for it here so that it becomes huge. Oh, space ya huko juu. Okay. Yeah, but now I think you get the concept. I might need to maybe free up some to space kidogo hapa so that my guest is fitting. Yeah. Well, let me just reduce it this way. Yeah, so this one, now with that it makes, yeah, it's not fitting. So if I want, maybe I can bring this one back. So now you can see it's global superstar analysis, and then there's that icon. It makes it a little bit more interesting. Yeah. So if I talk about maybe something like what? We are talking about sales amount, or let me just bring this one even down so that I just demonstrate what I wanted to. So maybe this one is sales amount. You may be interested in having maybe an icon under sales. Yeah, so that under that sales amount. Probably let me increase the size. So just for demonstration purposes. So I want it sitting that way. So I go back here and maybe search. Let me see if I can see segment. Because I'm talking about sales by segment. I may even want to, let me search if I can find something that is sales by segment, which is very rare too. I doubt whether you'll be able to, but let me just check if it is there. Yeah, it can't be. Yeah, so segment is making more sense. Anyway, so once I get segment like that, what do I want, Sasha? I might look for something that is making more sense. Yeah, so maybe this one. Is it this one? Yeah. So you can download I can download that PNG free download. Yeah. Okay. So again, the same way we did, you just go to image and then it has not downloaded. Uh-huh. Where is it? Are you able to hear me? Yeah. Now I hope you're able to hear me. I think there was something wrong with my mic. I think I downloaded something here. Resume. Let's see segmentation. It's done. Yeah. So now I can go back and just add it and go to my.
Excuse me,
Yes.
kindly share your secret.
Oh, I'm not okay. Sorry. And I think it's okay. Mm, what I wanted to be downloaded, I think it has not downloaded. But anyway, I think you've seen the step that you do when you want to bring in maybe an icon in your into your report. It makes it a little bit more beautiful. Yeah, you will say so. So maybe PNG. Yeah, let me just try to re-download it and see if it's downloading. Yeah, I think it's okay. So I can go back here and pick image. Why am I not finding what I want? And it has downloaded. Oh, segmentation is here. Okay. So open. So you see this one now it says oh, sales by segment. Yeah, I could put it for this one ingene sales by segment instead of having it for that one for sales. Yeah, so you might need to even create a space or make it a little bit kidogo zaidi or we can opt not to have this line yenye tuko nayo hapa so that it just fits. We don't have a background for our nini. Let me try to see if it's going to make sense. So that we don't have a background there for our title. Background color, maybe no fill. Yes, once we have that no fill, it's easier to come back and click on this image and maybe just do this. Yeah, I mean, you could try it out with that one and maybe reduce this one a little bit so that it sits there. But it's more beautiful when it's coming on this other side instead of where I'm trying to place it. Yeah. So we are talking about sales, and that might also even require me to remove that borderline so that it doesn't look awkward. Your borderline when we are there, you can remove it so that you just work without the borderline might make this one not look very very nice the way this one was. Right? Yeah, so you can try playing around with those ones. So those are icons that you can have. Unaweza iweka kwa your title, you can even put it in a certain, yeah, just to make your page. But now that will depend on your creativity. Another thing, so I think that one is That one is done. Let me move to something else called what? Buttons. Sometimes you may want somebody to navigate your easily navigate the pages that you have, right? You may want somebody to easily move around and find maybe themselves in the next page. So that's where buttons now come in, which you want to talk about. Let me just rearrange this so that we have what we what we had initially. I'll remove this and then we have this one. So suppose maybe you wanted if I am on this first page called sales analysis, I can just click a certain button and it will take me to maybe customer page behavior. I click a certain one and it takes me to maybe page one. I click something. There's this one. I was trying it out here. But just think of it that way, that you want something that you're easily navigating between sales, profit, instead of you going to maybe going to select. Because sometimes it happens, you might be having like 21, maybe even 20 pages. 20 pages. So for you to scroll using these things, unataka scroll mpaka ufike the 21st one, it might be wasting for you time. So that's where now if you have a certain functionality here that you just click and it takes you to a certain page. You can click, it's more or less like you're jumping. Yeah, so for you to insert that, you go to this insert button and then come to this part written buttons. Kitambo ilikuwa ngumu to create, but nowadays there's something that these new Power BI ziliongeza called page navigators and these bookmark navigators. Kitambo you had to create it by yourself. It was taking a while. Anyway, so right now what you can do, so once you click on insert and come here to buttons and then click navigator and then say page navigator. The moment I click it, you can see here there are things that zimeongezwa. So sales analysis, profit analysis, customer behavior, page one. So right now, you can see I am in sales analysis, and then it's gray, or maybe this color, blackened. And then there's profit analysis, then there's customer behavior, then there's page one. Yeah. So what happens? So if I want to move maybe to customer page, that is the customer behavior. I right click, not really right click, hold on to control, here CTRL, and then click customer behavior. My CTRL is not working. Let me use this one here on screen keyboard. So if I hold on to control and then click customer behavior, you can see I'm jumping directly to this page. Yeah. If you see, if I still hold on to control and maybe click page one, it easily takes me this place, right? Yeah. But now, when I get to this page and I want to go to page number, maybe sales analysis, I'll need to maybe go back, try to search for it. So for you to maybe avoid that, you may want to copy this page navigator. You copy it into all the pages that you have, right? Yeah. So you may want to copy this so that it's appearing in all the pages. So let me just select this. So I am here. So let me control copy, and then I may want to paste it. So if I want to paste it there, of course, control V, I may want to paste it in other pages. Yeah, my keyboard spoiled the other day, and then control V. So you can see Right now, it's in all the pages, right? It will depend on how you are also arranging it, right? You may want them to be sitting in a certain place. Now let's edit it so that to view how we can arrange it. If I go to something like, if I'm at sales analysis, and I'm seeing it here because probably it's covering my whatever I have here. So I can select on it and then go to general. So let's edit it and maybe we are in visual. Yeah. So just select it and then we are in maybe the visual part. Go to shape. You're looking at them, they are rectangles. If you don't want rectangles, you may select chevron arrow. Now you can see how it is appearing, right? You can try out this one, even pentagon arrow. You can try heart if you're somebody is full of love. You can try hexagon. So you can try different ones. Octagon, you can try oval if oval is making more sense to you. You can try parallelogram. There's even a peel, right? There's rounded, it has rounded rectangle. It's more or less a rounded rectangle. There's trapezoid, for those who did trapeziums in primary. Isosceles triangle, if that is what you want. So it depends on your want. Probably I'll go with chevron arrow. Once I've done that, I may also even reduce the size so that it's not big enough. So maybe that way. I want this one, of course, now I don't want rounded corners, Jermaine, for our chevron arrow. But if you want to edit it, you can rounded corners. Nobody is going to hinder you from doing the same. You want it in which angle? Yeah, but let me just reset it to default and go back and say I want my chevron. Another thing that I can change is I go to style. Is it style that I want? If you don't want text, you may leave it that way, but of course you may want text. What is the font color? Yeah, you may choose the font color that you want. Another thing, do you want a glow? Yeah, so let me, I don't know whether you're able to see that glow, but kuna kakala fulani imekuwa sprayed around them, right? I think you're seeing it. Blurry is at 40 pixels around somebody's. Yeah. Okay, so sawa. Okay, sorry. Um, yeah, so you can see there's a glow here. If you look at what we had, there is some bluish thing around the bluish thing around the visual that we have. You can also even choose the color that you want it to have. So if you want it to be maybe a black apple, you may put it. Why is it not showing me what I wanted? Oh, okay. So something else that you may want is there's the Canva background, and then there is what I was looking for. There are certain thing that I'm looking for where you can change these things to either face up or down. Let me see where we can get it. Oh yeah, so there's orientation here. Horizontal, but I want it to be probably vertical. Uh, yeah, maybe orientation equal vertical so that equal heavy. So I can just place it maybe somewhere like this one. So instead of it being horizontal where it's taking a lot of space. Yeah. Okay. So you can also even come and limit it equi. So it depends on what you want, by the way. So this one is now up to you. You can also reduce or increase the padding. So the padding is the space that is between the what did we call this? The chevron arrows. So if I reduce it, you can see the space is reducing. Yeah. If I put it to 0, now you can see lane. But if I add it, maybe even to 20, to 15, or even 20, so you can see how it's becoming very distant from each other. Is there any question on that? So this one is easier right now because we have just 4 pages. If you have maybe so many pages, it could be even be covering maybe say very huge, covering more spaces. But again, what you'll see is the moment we add a page, if we add page 2 and go back to our Nini to sales analysis, you can see there's page 2 that has been added. The more I add the pages, the more our page navigator updates. Yeah, you can see it's updating. So we have page 1, page 2, page 3. You can see all of them there. So if I want maybe the sequence logo, if I may want to increase the size. And so it depends on you again. So this one now makes it easier for somebody to just click, control plus click, so that they move to a new page. Is there any question?
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Boniface, I missed the part where you added the page navigator. How did you do it?
Page navigator, you just go to insert and then go to this part here, buttons. Click button and then there's navigator, there's page navigator. This one.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So once you have it, you can edit it the way you have been editing things here and there. Any other question? Okay. No, there seems to be no question. So we can also talk about something called, let me check it. Oh, okay. So right now, because I have page 1, page 2, page 3. If I delete page 3, let me just delete this one, delete, and then go back to my sales analysis. I said this thing, you can copy it in all the pages. You can see page 3 has been deleted. So that is also the beauty of that thing that we are calling page navigator. Now, there's also something called bookmark navigator. So with page navigator, it's mostly uh, with the page navigator, it's mostly reading the pages, all the pages that we have here, it updates it there. But with bookmark navigator, you can also even decide what you want to be shown, right? Yeah, let's click here. Let's go to insert buttons, and then there is a navigator and then bookmark navigator. Let's try out bookmark navigator. So if I click bookmark navigator, let me click bookmark navigator. You can see there's something that has been produced here, but it is empty. It is empty, right? Why is it empty? On the other side, when we clicked page navigator, immediately it created for us things here. But this one now, it's not creating anything, right? But that is because we have not bookmarked a certain page, or maybe created the reference to a certain page. So we can create a reference to this sales analysis page, this one. And then even maybe create a reference to profit analysis, create a reference to customer behavior, so that when we are going to click Bookmark Navigator, it will pick the references that we created. So how do we create bookmarks? You can just go to this part here button, then there's a part called bookmark. So once I click bookmark, you can see I'm on sales analysis. So once I click bookmark, there should be something here that I'm looking for. Wait. Yeah. Come here to view. So come to view and click bookmarks. Right, this one. So add a bookmark to save the filters, cross highlighting, and drilling you have applied. So come to that and then maybe click bookmarks. Once you're at bookmarks, you can see use bookmarks to capture key data for yourself and others, filter data to get what you to get to the state you want to capture, click add, blah blah blah. So we are in sales analysis. I can click here, add. So it's telling me bookmark one, but I can write. I can write it maybe sales analysis. So that is the bookmark to sales analysis, right? So the same way when you double tap, you can also just come here and click these three buttons and then rename, update, delete, group. Yeah, those things. Another thing that we may want to do, come to profit analysis and maybe say we want to create a bookmark for profit analysis, right? You can just click add bookmark 2. Then you say this one is profit analysis. Profit analysis. And then customer behavior. You can also come to it and say maybe customer behavior. Customer behavior. Once we're there, we can come back and say, where are we? Oh, insert. So you can come back to insert and then go to buttons and go to Navigator and then say Bookmark Navigator. Now what happens? Right now when you click Bookmark Navigator, you can see sales analysis, profit analysis, and customer behavior, right? Yeah. So the same edits that, so with the page navigator, it automatically selects the pages that you have. If you delete a page, it's going to delete. But with Bookmark Navigator, you first have to come and create that bookmark. Add it there. Yeah. You see, let me create a bookmark for page 1. This one for page 1. Let me go back here and say add and call it page 1. It doesn't have to be the same name as what you have here, so it just depends on what you want to see. If I go back and say, yeah, you see we have bookmarks for page 1, customer behavior, and all this. How about if I delete page 1? Let me see. If I delete page 1, so if I delete page 1, so page 1 is no longer there, but you can still see under bookmarks it's there. But I've deleted page 1. Up under page navigator, it has changed. But up under bookmark navigator, it has not even moved an inch. It's still there, right? It's because it's still under our bookmarks. So with the Bookmark Navigator, it's more manual as compared to this one, right? Because I no longer have page one, so I might want to. Maybe you try Nini. Maybe you try control and then click on this. It will not take you to any page. But if I control and click on customer behavior, you see it's taking me to customer behavior, right? Yeah. If I go back, so my page one is not there. My page one is not there, but it's not there, but it's here under the bookmarks that I had. That is again because it still has, or maybe it's still under this, what? Under the bookmarks that I created. So with this, I can just come and maybe delete it here. So once I delete it, now it is moved out. So that is Bookmark and Page Navigators. Bookmark you could be creating by yourself. And sometimes you may create a certain bookmark to a page and even hide that page. Let me see if we hide page 2. No, page 2 is not part of our Nini. Let me say we hide this page. Sometimes you hide pages so that somebody it's not seen. So when you're sharing data, you may want to. So I've hidden that page, your customer behavior. Once I come to maybe something like this bookmark of mine, and I come to, is it style? No, it should not be in style. Wait, let me check it with the Page Navigator. When I come to pages, yeah, you can see. So with Page Navigator, you can see there's under pages, there's an option. I've hidden this page, your customer behavior, but then there's this option which is showing that show hidden pages. How about if I don't want it? So under my Page Navigator, if I have a page that is hidden, I've removed that functionality to show me even hidden pages. So my Page Navigator is only showing me data that is relevant, right? So sales analysis, profit analysis, and page 2. Those are the things that we need for this one. Otherwise, if I want it to just show everything, you can play around even with this button, right? Yeah. I think that is that on buttons and bookmark navigator. Unless there's any question, I want to move to something else. I want to move to adding themes from Microsoft Power BI before I move to what we call the key influencers, so that we finish up. After key influencers, I need to talk about what? Power BI service. Wow. I did not talk about that Power BI service. Let me just note it there. So sometimes in Microsoft Power BI, there are let me unselect this thing. Okay. So you can see if you want maybe some things to be appearing here. For example, you can see data is appearing, format navigator is appearing, there's filters. If I want default bookmarks to also be appearing, I just click on it. Selection, if naitaka selection pia ikuwe ikiappear, I may just want I'm gonna bring it there, but I don't want maybe those ones. Those are too many to just have in one place. Yeah, so sometimes maybe there are backgrounds zenye zimekufurahisha. Maybe you are looking at reports online and then it looks very nice. There's what we call Microsoft Power BI themes, by the way. So we call it Microsoft Power BI themes. It's more or less like a library for themes. You can just come here and click and come to themes gallery in the Fabric community. So these are people wametengeneza reports here and there, and so you can also just draw some inspiration from themes gallery. So let me leave it to load. You may be looking at a report na report imekufurahisha. Now you can even see this one, Power BI dashboard template. Maybe those colors zenye ametumia imekufurahisha. There's also even this color zenye ziko hapa, axis dark. There's this one that I shared with you today just for you to see what you have there. If this color yenye iko hapa imekufurahisha, but basically you can come to Microsoft Power BI themes for you to just see the colors that people are using, how are just people arranging even their dashboards, right? Maybe this one was not very complete, but you could be looking at them. Look at something like this. Yeah, there's somebody analyzing customer bank churn analysis, turnover of maybe employees. It's quite a lot. The movement of people. There is even another one here, market analysis. Let me look at one that maybe is silky. Now look at this one, your sales. If these colors zimekufurahisha and you may now, even before talking about those colors kukufurahisha, look at what we have here for these cards. Let it load. Now you can see something like this, profit, and then there's an icon kando yake. Quantity sold, there's an icon kando yake. Sales, there's an icon there. You look at this one, average price, yeah, net cash flow, there is that icon. What is the return on investment? What is the net? And then there are those icons that you can see. Even this one, sales dashboard, there's an icon that has been used. You look at date, kuna hiyo icon also sitting over there. So if what this person has, and even minus talking about what that person has, look at this one. There's overview, then there's product analysis, there's customer details. So if we click on this link, it takes me to another page, right? If I click on customer details, it is taking me to another page altogether. So that is now where even those page navigators make sense. Are you now seeing the essence? So instead of somebody going to, okay, let me select, oh, so under here, there's this thing called pages, which you could click and see where it's taking you. But having those navigators, page navigators up at you, makes more sense, right? You just have them. I can click overview and it takes me to where we are. I can click on product analysis and then it takes me to now this analysis of these products, quantity sold by location, net sales profit by month, and all that, and then you have your customer details, and yeah. So you can always be coming to that Microsoft themes section for you to draw some inspiration, right? Another thing, before I tell you how to download, maybe let's look at this Power BI dashboard template, view report. So it's a powerful design to simplify business data analysis. It turns complex data into clear. I'm not seeing the report here. Okay, let me look at something that is already working. Maybe let me look at this one, Power BI dashboard template. Oh, this is just basically, I think, a template, but okay, the report is loading. Now you can see maybe if this color in it's nice to you. Yeah, you can see this Revgenix ink, and then there's that icon hapo kando. If you look at segment overview, there are those icons zenye zimetumika. All right. If this color is nice to you, even this one, there's visit website. Yeah, I should have told you how to even embed link, but maybe we talk about something so that you can also look at how to embed a link. So because here, if you click visit website, it's taking you to the website of maybe that company, right? So you can see here etc Etsy, ama Etsy. I don't know what it is. But yeah, probably this color inakufurahisha. For me, I don't like it, but for demonstration purposes, let me just download it. So when you come huku chini, there's this thing called Revgenix dark theme JSON. JSON is what? JavaScript object notation. For those who are familiar with those terms. Let me pick another thing because that is too dark. Let me pick with this one, which is a little bit bright, and so that you see the impact. So if I come hapa chini, kuna hiyo the IT and cyber security report insights JSON. I can click on it. So I download that attachment. So I think it has downloaded. So once I download it, I can come to my report and go to this part here, view. So if you're at home, go to view and then go to, you can click this drop down, then scroll chini, then there is theme gallery. No, not theme gallery. You can browse for themes. Yeah, browse for themes. Once I browse for themes, there is this one here. Let me say even healthcare analytics. I click on it and then I open. There was a problem importing your theme file, was invalid, missing requirements, property. Okay, maybe that one has an issue. Let's try this other one. Browse for themes, maybe IT security. Yeah, I don't know what is up with them. Syntax was invalid, missing required property. Name used invalid colors or provided invalid top level properties. So which one is going to work? So maybe those ones seems to be having issues. Let me go to theme gallery. Just click up on theme gallery and it will bring you to this place where we are. Is somebody is it working on your side? Ama ni kwangu tu it's not working. If you download any theme, anybody who has tried it? Let me jaribu this one here. T shop JSON and see if it's working. Still downloading. So it's done. Let me try. I hope that one doesn't have an issue. Otherwise, I might need to check if it's on my end. There was a problem again. Let me know. James, can you try it out and import any color or maybe any JSON?
Yes, I'm doing it right now.
Is it working?
Let me try. I've just downloaded it to my machine.
Okay.
Okay, it's showing the same error.
Yeah, I don't know whether it is zenye tuna import, but in most cases, I mean, even before that, is anybody else experiencing the same error? Okay. Uh, Seems yeah, but you could try multiple themes just to see if it's working. But what you need to do, so once you get it, once you have it, it will appear somewhere here. Yeah, so that you just click it and it will affect the same way you can click this one. If I click that one, you can see the changes that is done on my dashboard. Is the same way once that gets in, you can just click on it and then it will make the changes that it can, I mean, that it should. Yeah, because I don't know for what reasons we are having those issues. But I think I had fallen in love with what I had created before. So I just want to get it back to what I had. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so that's that. Let me see. Yeah, you can try multiple, but not really buttons, but those themes to see if they are working. Otherwise, it might be an issue. Maybe the Nini with the desktop, Power BI desktop, which I really doubt. I've tried three and they're not working. So I think that is that on theme. What else? Yeah, key influencers. So key influencers is also something that we left yesterday that we could be looking at. Let me unhide this page. Yeah, so let's get to maybe page 2, and then we are talking about key influencers. Key influencers basically is you want to look at maybe variables that are impacting a certain value that you have. So, for example, if you are doing a survey on the happiness score of a certain country, or maybe Kenya, and then you realize that the happiness score is 4.0, then you want to check like what are different factors that are contributing to people having 4.0 as a score. All right, and then you maybe had maybe things around their earning. You had things around maybe averagely how are they feeling confident about the government. You ask them about things like the cost of living that they are in, or maybe even social class that they are in. So you want to try to look which of these variables are impacting the happiness score that we have here 4.0. Then probably with that in-depth analysis, you might find out that maybe um, the what their earnings probably is influencing so much on this happiness score. Yeah, is it that maybe people who earn low have are the ones that are highly contributing to this score being 4.0? Is it that maybe somebody is just earning enough, but they're too much maybe money out from whatever they are earning? So if you're earning 10K, that 10K kuna so many dependents that wants to um, put their fingers into it. Yeah. So key influencers that we we left yesterday. Oh, it's this one. This thing called key influencers. You just tap on it and then you see, yeah, you can even have it on this page here, because so you just fit it somewhere here, because it's something that you can even explain to now when you're having a meeting with the people. You're doing more or less like a deep dive into the data that you have. It's not very far from what we were looking at here, Nini. Yeah, decomposition tree, but this one is more, it's more or less like high level, because it enables you to understand your data just beyond the mere numbers, ya kwamba maybe if we sold 100K we can break it down by this too. So with key influencers it even looks at which one impacts more on the data, right? Now I'm looking at this data that we have, and probably want to check. Let me see the data points that we have, so that we look at what we may want to investigate. Okay. So we have, okay, let's try profit. So we want to see, yeah, this data is also not very nice for this Nini, for this key influencers, but let's try it out and see. So once we have profit here, then there's a part for explain by, which is the same thing we even saw when we were talking about decomposition tree yesterday. So if I have maybe a decomposition tree there, and I want to decompose what? Profit. And we talked about also even explaining by. What do I want to explain it by? The same thing we are seeing here. Analyze, explain by. Analyze, explain by. Right? So let's go back and say, what do I want to explain it by? I want to explain it by something like what? Maybe subcategory. Explain by subcategory. Running analysis. No influencers found. Try adding some more. Let me say maybe I add what? Discount. So I want to see tunapata profit tukipeana discount gani. Just trying to think randomly. So let's pull discount there. Now you can see, and I think this one is 1. Let me add maybe something like what? Quantity that somebody bought. It doesn't have any order here. It depends on just what you want to pull in and understand. Maybe I pull in what? Let me pull in even sales. So we get profit when we sell what amount in most cases. And maybe let's talk about quantity. Okay. Let's see what this thing is saying. I'm just fitting it to be the whole page so that we are able to see what we have there, which you can as well edit, which analysis type, if you want it categorical, has more than 10 unique values, so that one is not going to make sense for us. Continuous is okay. Bubble and visual colors, you may choose those colors. Chart, you can choose the chart color, data color, and all that. General, if you want a title for it, you may have it. Otherwise, if you don't want header icons, you may remove it if you don't want. And then the normal analysis, the normal updates that we've been doing, increasing the sizes and all that. Now, let's go back to this. There is key influencers, and then there's a question. What influences profit to increase or decrease? So right now we are under increase. So we are asking ourselves, what are some of the things if we do, then the profit that we are going to gain as a business is likely to increase. So what influences profit to increase? Then it is telling us that profit is likely to increase when when the sum of discount is zero. So in most cases, which is clearly explanatory, tusipopeana discount, then we are likely to have more, which is true, right? When sum of discount is zero, profit is likely to increase. The average of profit increases by 127.5 US dollars. That is line one. So this thing is analyzing and telling us things that we were asking ourselves. If you go to this part, what influences profit? So what influences profit to increase? That is the question. Then the answer is when sum of sales goes up. So when sum of sales goes up by 5 or 3, we are likely to get, so the average profit increases by US dollars 101. Another thing, what influences profit to increase? So it increases when the sum of quantity is more than 4. So if sum of quantity, in this case, quantity that somebody bought, kama mtu amenunua, in most cases watu wakinunua not just one item, anunue items kama 4. A customer buys 4 items. There's a likelihood that now we are increasing our profit. Of course, mtu akibai mingi, we can, kama tulikuwa nakula profit ya 10 bob juu ya one thing, so it's 10. The other one tulikuwa tunakula 20, the other one tunakula 15, the other one tunakula, so akibai 4 of them, profit is likely to go up. So in most cases, profit increases when somebody buys more than 4 quantity, and it increases by an average of, that is 41.58. The average of profit increases by 41.58. So you can look at that. You see here, there's now this table. Profit is more likely to increase when sum of quantity is more than 4 than otherwise. So in most cases, when mtu akibai more than 4, more than 4, then our profit is likely to increase. So average profit, you can also see average profit excluding selected is 1934. Yeah, so the selected. Let me click here. If you click here and say only show values that are influencers, ni ile yenye tulikuwa nayo ya more than 4. Mtu akinunua 3 to 4 quantities, profit is not really likely to increase. Yeah, you can see the differences. One or less and all that. Another thing, there was this one here, sum of discount. So when sum of discount is 0, our profit is likely to increase. When sum of discount is 1, profit is not really likely to increase. So what influences profit to increase? In most cases, discount yetu tukipeana at 0. So hatupeani discount. And another thing, let us be encouraging people to buy more than 4 quantities. Or let us do all that you can do to ensure that people are buying more than 4 quantities. So with this, a business can now sit down and look at, okay, these are some of the things that we can do. When you go to sum of sales goes up, in most cases, you can see here from this scatter plot, when sum of sales is going up, profit is also going up. On average, when sum of sales increases, profit also increases. So we should be increasing our sales. So kama tulikuwa tumeuza leo 4,000, kesho let's try to uza 6,000. So that the more we are adding our sales, the more we are adding chances of profit. Because the diagram is telling us that profit is increasing when sales increase. Now, that is what influences profit to increase. But now, how about what influences profit to reduce, right? You come here to this part, a decrease. You change it to decrease. So now these are the things. Of course, just the opposite of what we had talked about. Yeah. So you can see sum of discount ikiwa 1, profit very likely to decrease. Yeah, you can hover it around here. When sum of discount is 1, the average of profit is 127.48 units lower compared to all other values of sum of discount. This influencer contains approximately 8.17% of the data. So what is also going to influence our profits to go down? It is when the sum of sales goes down. You can see if you hover it around again, as sum of sales decreases, profit also decreases. For example, a fall in sum of sales by 543.52 leads on average to a 101.13 unit fall in profit. This influencer contains approximately 100% of the data. You can see those ones. Another thing, why are our profits likely to decrease when subcategories fasteners? Meaning we are not getting too much money from fasteners, the subcategory of product called fasteners. Another subcategory is labels. So fasteners, labels, and another category is binders. Hazitupei sana though, I mean, in terms of profit. So subcategory is also art. So which means if a business focuses sana kuuza fasteners, labels na hizi za art, it's very rare that it's going to realize a very substantial profit. Of course, it can be realizing maybe profit, umetengeneza kitu na 100 bob, wewe umeuza 100.5. Which if you do more sales of those ones, your profit is likely, you're going to be doing too much, but then the profit gain is too little as compared to focusing on other products. So with this, now even a business might now know which products should we really focus so much on. Yeah. Gani hizo zinatupea sana do. You are seeing something like that. So what influences profits to decrease? So key influencers ziko nazo hapo. You can even go to another part, yeah, top segments. When is profit most likely to be low? Yeah, there's segment 1, there's segment 2. Let's just click on them. Segment 1. In segment 1, the average profit is 82.50, which is a loss, right? This is 111.1 units lower than the overall average, 28 point. So in this segment 1, sum of discount is not 0. Sum of sales is less than or equaling to 1.02. So when do we have low profits? When our sum of sales is less than or equaling to $10, $20. So that means if we were selling something per day, then kila mtu must ensure that we are not selling below 10.20. Otherwise, our profits are going to be very low. So that is segment 1. So, and in another case, it's selling as sum of discount is not 0. So the sum of discount might be maybe 0.5, maybe. So those are things that are going to contribute for our low profit. There's another segment when sum of sales is less than or equaling to $12. So in segment 2, the average of profit is 1.56. Yeah. In segment 2, the average profit is 1.56. This is 27.05 units lower than the overall average. You can click on that other one. Sum of sales is, so when we have sum of sales is less than or equaling to $25, sum of sales is greater than 12, and all that. You can click on those, and then you just open it up and see what it's saying. When is profit most likely to be high? We found 3 segments. So with those 6 segments zenye tulikuwa nazo, now a business can choose which one to focus on. So we found 3 segments and ranked them by average of profit and population size. Now, in segment 1, if our sum of sales is greater than 1020, then we are making sense, right? Which I talked about in that part yellow. In segment 2, the average of profit is 104.6. This is 76.01 units higher than the overall average. This is 28.61. There's another one here. This is 35.40 units higher than the overall average. That is also another segment. So a business can look at which segment are we maybe going to focus on. Gani inatuletea do sana. So let's look at these three. So nimeona hapa the first one, average profit is 292.4. This is 263. Average profit is 104. Average profit is 64. So the business might really want to focus on this one. Sum of sales greater than 1020. So they might do everything to ensure that our sum of sales is equal 1020, so that we always have an average profit of 292.4. Yeah, I've talked for eternity. Is there a question? Yes. Uh, Silence means probably we are understanding or we are confused. Let me check the. James, are we together?
Yes, we are together. So far,
Michael,
so good.
Washira, are we together?
Yeah, we are together.
How about Godson? Daktari, you're on mute if you're speaking. Um, okay. Yeah. So these are things that you can include in your nini, in your report. So you'll be just explaining to people.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. You'll be explaining to people these scenarios. Actually, this is a high level one that once you do it to your boss, hatakuwa na reason ya kukutoa kwa nyama akufute, right? Another thing, the last thing is Power BI service. Sometimes this thing that we have here, you can publish it to a certain online portal. Let me show you the one we have for where you are. So let me just search for you Power BI login, and I log into my Power BI service. Yeah. So once you are here, so this is a Power BI. This is a Power BI service, an online version. So if you have a login that maybe your organization has given you, or company, organization, company, school, etc., you can log in, and then you can collaborate even with your fellow workers. But the same thing that we've been doing there, you can click here on create, and then now you can see where you can download data. You can download maybe from Excel, CSV, right? So if I want to download, I can just click here on download, not really download, but that one, Excel data file. and then I can click maybe upload a file. So I do not have a sufficient whatever link to a file. Do I have any data in OneDrive? Yeah, but now I have an issue here that your account does not have sufficient license for OneDrive. Yeah, we have not upgraded. We are using the free version of the free version of the Power BI service. Sorry. Otherwise, I could just, if I had a way, I could just maybe click on upload file or maybe a link to a file and then sign into OneDrive via the business. We have not gotten one. So I might not show you that. Let me show you what I've already built. So these are some reports that I've created and published. Let me just show you this one, your sample. Maybe sample one. Otherwise, I could just start creating it by clicking this part here, create. Maybe there's a report like this, which had maybe summary. Yeah, so I removed some few things there. So if I were to edit this thing, I could just come here and click edit and change maybe, if I don't want this to be sales by brand, I could maybe use even a gauge, right? You can see a gauge there. If I don't want that gauge, I may even want, there's something here. Maybe change this one to a waterfall, depending on what it's going to show, but that is not, yeah, you could see maybe a waterfall there. Yeah, proportion of outlets by region. So there's Central 447, Lake, Coast, even. And then you have the total that you have there. So otherwise, I could even create maybe new visuals and just bring it here and find a place where I want. And then I look at the data set that I have and all that. Otherwise, do we want to do? I don't want to save. Yeah. Otherwise, this is a place which is just more or less exactly as what we had here. But now it enables you to share report. Once I even publish this one, I can click here, publish, and then it goes to that place, and then I can just share a link. I can share a link with people. So let me just click on this one, yes, sample two. Once I have published a report there, and come to file, and maybe click on this one here, embed a report. So I can publish it to public. So once I publish it to public, I just copy this link. Once I copy this link, I can paste it. Let me paste it in the chat so that you people can view it. And let me know if you're able to view it. Yeah. Can you all try clicking that link? Or even if I click it, let me click it myself and click it that way. I hope it doesn't take me to BI service, but just the online link. Yeah. Yeah, so once I've shared it, so somebody can just come and see it here. So this was the report that, the sample that I was sharing with someone, and then you can see different changes there, whatever it is that was analyzing. And then I think there's something that is here. it's just missing out. And I could see even sales trends. I could see what I have there and all those information. And so with that, you're able to just publish something and then share the report with somebody else to just view it and go through it. So that is now the essence of Power BI service. Yeah. Power BI service enables you to even do publications. So right now, if you are on your laptop and then you try clicking this on your publish, itakwambia ya kwamba maybe hauna license to publish. But with Power BI service, you can also even collaborate with people. You can see that I am here on my workspace. So kama organization has maybe a subscription where we can even log in two people, so we can be working on the same project. Maybe mimi acha nijenge page fulani, wewe jenga page ingine and all that, so that you're not working on one thing where we're alone, depending on the complexity of maybe even the data that you have. But that is it. Once I'm at home, you can see maybe the reports that I've done. There's one for Unga. Unga is a company dealing na hizi what? Jembe and all that, hizi unga za kupika. You could see one for even Kappa Oil Refineries, Ken Beauty, and quite a number of, and some. Ken Beauty and what? There's another one for K-Salt, but it's not there. But anyway, those are some things that you can do with the Power BI service online. It's just the same thing that we have here, no difference. But it enables you to share published reports so that people can see them. I just give out the link and then utakuwa unaona tu hapo. Once I refresh even a data here, it's going to be refreshed to in Power BI service once I've done the publishing. Any question? Yes? Do we have any question? Let me. Is there any question? Or we stop at that point? Oh, there's something in. Yes, Michael.
I'm asking the issue of automation of data. Is it about that you have to have at least 2 or 3 data sets to shape the automation process?
Which automation?
Data automation. Once you have done the analysis, so you want make the remaining ones become so analyzed automatically.
Also, the refreshing part.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to have. You don't have to have 3 data sets. See, niko tu na hii moja, right? So if I had connected it the same, there's a time we talked about connecting to a folder. If I had connected it to a folder,
Yeah.
you remember that the conversation?
Yeah. Now I was asking, like, you have data set that's coming daily or weekly, and you don't want to go do it frequently. So that's where the automation process I'm asking comes in.
Yeah, see, we had tackled that when we were talking about connecting data to a folder, so that when you must connect it to a folder. When bringing it here, click here Excel workbook, go to get data and click on more, and click on this one, get data from a folder, so that when you have data that is coming, maybe that every week you'll be maybe downloading it or pasting it to that folder. Once you paste it to that folder, you just come here and refresh, right? Otherwise, if your data has been connected to, if you have it in a SQL server, if there's a SQL database that has been developed, you can connect your report to that SQL database so that wewe kazi yako utakuwa tuna refresh. Even if data enters a minute ago, it refreshes. If it enters maybe a certain, maybe 3 minutes ago or what, it automatically refreshes. But when you go to Microsoft Power BI service, the one that I deleted, there's a place where you can set the number of times that hiyo kitu inakuwa ina refresh, because it sometimes messes even with the servers of the company, right? So you can set that hii data ikuwe ina refresh 4 times in a day. So it refreshes maybe 7 in the morning. The next refresh could be, no, 7 can be too early. Watu hawajaanza kufanya maybe kazi. Refresh ikuwe maybe 10. Another refresh ikuwe 1. Another refresh ikuwe maybe 3:30 or maybe even 4. And the last one ikuwe maybe 8 p.m. So when somebody goes at 8:01 atapata data imerefresh, right? So kazi yako itakuwa tu ni just maybe updating requests. So kama mtu anasema I want to see maybe this analysis, you just update it. So that will be your main work. Otherwise, if you want to be building the same thing every week, utakuwa unachoka bure. Sindio, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll share with you a video that talks about connecting to a folder. But this one, we had done it last week. Any question?
That's awesome. Thank you.
If there's no question, I'll share with you, Nini, the work for this weekend. So that will be the final project, so that you build something that is also very nice. I'll share. Let me share data that you can work on, so that you submit it by maybe Sunday. Can be too soon. Maybe you submit it by Monday. Okay. Thank you so much, and have a good evening. If there's any question, my WhatsApp is open, and even my what? My email is also there for you to ask questions. Okay. Thank you.